the past 12 months that have gone down here on planet Earth has affected and challenged all of us in so many different ways that we could have never imagined. This powerful first-person essay reviews the events of this extraordinary year from a player's perspective, drawing a line through history and describing how the football community consistently rises to the moment. Above all, it raises the question that we must all answer in the wake of this year. Who are we?
At the heart of every story is a question. Who are we? As players, as fans, as people. This game, it represents us, all of us. And as different as we may seem, we all have something in common. A shared love for this game. A love that turns me into we. But 2020 tested we like never before.
We'll continue to spread.
As the world stopped, we held our breath. We watched people risk their lives to save others. We watched some lose everything. We watched some give everything. After all, we've been through a lot together.
We've got some difficult days ahead.
In the hardest of times,
I want to have a hand in the struggle that is taking place in our country.
in the most painful of moments,
Laurent Duvernay-Tardif is opting out.
we've risen to the challenge. But that one thing we seek, lasting transformation, always seems just outside our grasp. Time to stand up and answer.
This is a long road. Wait till the following is in mind.
Well done, Nate Burleson. Coming up in the next hour, some very recognizable faces discuss the significance of Patrick Mahomes being the face of the NFL.
The ball comes your way, fly around and makes on him. Baby.
Patrick Mahomes is a wizard.
He's probably one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever come in the league.
He can throw a no-look pass. He can run. He can escape. He can throw deep.
The way he reads the field, the way he keeps plays alive, just being smart enough to know how to put pressure on the defense.
Ozzy Osbourne's Crazy Train, that's how Brady would come out of the tunnel in Gillette and Let's Go and all that good stuff. 9 of his 10 starts for New England, as we know. Number 10 could be the most special for Tom of all because of all the circumstances surrounding that. We are in the corner of the non-pirate ship end zone, non-cannon end zone of Raymond James Stadium, the precious, one of the best set dressing in the history of television, right there, right in front of us. Who's going to hoist that trophy on this field behind us tonight? Rich Eisen, Steve Mariucci, Kurt Warner, Michael Irvin, in hour number 3 of this 8.5-hour extravaganza that expands with more sets and more of our colleagues joining us to help take you to kickoff and hang out on Super Sunday while we wait for one of the most anticipated Super Bowls to be played. Super
Do those
Bowl
count, Rich?
Double nickel.
When you're doing your read now, you just said 8.5. Does that count?
Yes.
I don't.
It was said.
Okay, I'm just saying.
No, because again, just for anybody who's just joining us in the first hour of the show, one of the hurry up offense bottom, I guess, what facts that we were asked about whether you can predict or not. Interestingly enough, it had nothing to do with either something called an over or an under, even though this particular prop bet is just for the truck that I'm going to keep mentioning the number of times that the show is, how long it is. But I think that means with derision or sarcasm, right? Not just me.
How long's the show?
I'm a professional. People have to know how long the show is.
It is.
Sorry?
Say it.
It's 8.5 hours.
Mark that down. What are we up to right now?
I think he's already hit the number. He's already hit the number.
Double digits already.
All right, here's the topic, Brian.
Y'all are
Rain is
funny,
back
man.
in, everybody in the truck. How did the Buccaneers pull the upset off tonight, Steve?
Well, they got to be better on defense than they were the first time around in Week 12. And Todd Bowles is a heck of a coach, and he played, though, in that game a lot of man-to-man, a lot of blitz, a lot of bump and run against these fast receivers.
Yeah.
And you know what? Tyreek Hill had 203 yards receiving in the first quarter, and Patrick Mahomes had 359 yards passing by halftime. So he changed his game plan during the game, played more zone, played deeper, stayed on top. I mean, you can't cover this kid man-to-man. He's the fastest guy in football. And so I think Todd Bowles will play more zone. He'll make them earn their way, not give up the big chunk plays. They can't go down 17-0, Irv, like they did last time, and try to fight back.
Yeah, and they can't go down. Guys, Rich, you mentioned earlier talking about going biblical here. Here in the Bible, they also have something what we call the law of first mention. That means however something is first mentioned, it must be woven with the same meaning throughout the Bible. I like doing that in my shows. You know, that's what I like to do. So I'm talking right here today. And we always hear a total team effort to win this football game because you're beating a team right now for the Buccaneers that everybody thinks just going to run and win the next 7 or 8 Super Bowls. So this is going to take a total team effort. I mean, I need a touchdown from all 3 phases of this football team. Certainly we need the offensive touchdowns, but we need a defensive touchdown. And they only got a defensive touchdown in that Week 6 game. We need a special teams touchdown because it's going to take all of that. And what I mean by the law of first mention, do you know that New York Giant game, the Ray Lewis game where he got defensive MVP was right here, and the Giant and Ray Lewis and the Ravens, they pulled it off. They scored on all 3 phases. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, and we just heard that Patrick Mahomes had 300 and however many yards in the first half. The key to this game and for the Bucs to win is they've got to limit Patrick Mahomes and what we call the Mahomes magic, those extra plays, those plays when you have him in your sights and you can't take him down. This is where he is so good. You're going to see it right here. You got him out of you're forcing him out of the pocket in the red zone. Great. Now just run him out of bounds. Don't let it. You get rid of a guy on the back end, he makes a play. You will see this over and over again. Little toss here. Look, we got him in our sights right here. You got to find a way to get him down. Got a great job of vision down the field, right? You make a miss in the backfield. Oh, I know I'm going to make a chunk play because I know where my guys are down the field. You see it over and over again. This is my favorite play of the playoffs so far. Buffalo did everything right. We got a zone dog. We got everybody covered. We got a guy free hitter at Patrick Mahomes. Woo, I'm going to slip that guy. I'm going to throw it to my guy, Travis Kelce, behind him. That is what you have to avoid. Those 2 under-the-radar guys, JPP and Shaq Barrett. Nice. I don't know if any of you guys have heard about them. They're under the radar, but those guys need to show up big in this game. And when they have opportunities to take Patrick Mahomes down, they got to find a way to do it. If he gets out and escapes like that, it'll be a long day once again.
Wasn't he supposed to have a turf toe problem for the AFC Championship game?
He was.
And he turned turf toe into the Jordan flu. You know, I mean, it's just he looked remarkable. He looked elusive, just like he didn't have any issues, and we're not expecting it to be. Look at that field now, guys. Look at the field behind us.
It looks good.
It's in the sun drenched. It's the blue sky. Look at Super Bowl 55 at Raymond James Stadium. If we could only just snap this moment and teleport it to 6. We'll have a nice night. But for Tom Brady's first Super Bowl in New England way back in 2001, his teammate is one of our own, Willie McGinnis. They were also teammates on the last team to go back-to-back 2003 and 2004. So once again, Willie McGinnis, thanks to Tom Brady going so deep in the playoffs, has earned himself another plane ticket for our Super Sunday in person. Good to see you with Colleen Wolfe. Happy Super Sunday to both of you, too.
Happy Super Bowl Sunday, Rich. Willie, I had no idea you won Super Bowls with Tom Brady.
Hey.
Why haven't we talked about this sooner? Somebody should have brought it up. Unbelievable. Listen, in all seriousness, you're sitting here talking to me, and Tom Brady is still playing. What is the most impressive thing about this most recent Bucs Super Bowl run?
I would think, first of all, when you have a player in that position, the most important position on the field, switch to another team, to another city. You're in a new environment, a new locker room with new players that don't really come from the culture and the blueprint that you came from for so many years. And then no offseason, okay? No preseason, no continuity with your receivers, running backs, your offensive system, your offensive coordinator. Everything was pretty much virtual. And to be able to fight your way through the season, there were some ups and downs, there were some bad plays, and a lot of people questioned the Bucs when they were 7-5. But to position yourself at the end of the year to play in the NFC Championship and then go on to the Super Bowl is one of the most impressive things, Colleen, I've seen. Like, you have to have time with your teammates and the players and to be able to put all this stuff together. And to not be able to do that and find yourself in a Super Bowl with everything being new, everything being new, is super impressive.
As you said, no offseason. He's getting kicked out of parks. He's walking into the wrong house. He's in a new system. He's risking it with biscuits all over the place now. I mean, this is totally new for him in this scenario here in Tampa. But here he is, same guy, just different team.
And if you know anything about Tom, the one thing he is he loves to prepare. He loves preparation. So when he doesn't have that time, when he can't go to the mountains with all the guys, when he can't go out to the local school or field and play and have those practice reps and be on the same page so you can learn the players' instincts and how they move, because everybody's different. Like, he's anal about those type of things, and he didn't have that.
It's really impressive. You can see his timing now really coming together with the running backs as well. All of it now really at the perfect time. So we'll see what happens today. We're excited, and we can't wait to hear from Kim Jones, who we're sending it out to right now, who's standing by at the Bucs team hotel. Kim.
Colleen, thanks so much. You know, we have a Super Bowl first today. 2 women in full-time coaching roles for the Buccaneers. Assistant strength and conditioning coach Maral Javadafar, they call her MJ, and Lori Locust, who assists with the defensive line under Casey Rogers. Rogers said that Coach Lowe fit in from day one, and that includes the trash talking. I absolutely love that. The Bucs also have 3 black coordinators, Todd Bowles, Byron Leftwich, and Kevin Armstrong. Of his staff, Bruce Arians says this: it's a simple declarative sentence. These are the best coaches I know, Arians said. Now let's send it over to Ian Tom with Game Day Notebook.
Well, thanks, Kim. Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs' star quarterback, is going to play today. That is the most important thing, but he is not 100%. Here is how significant that turf toe injury is that he is playing with. Sources say that following the Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes is going to meet with a foot specialist, and he is expected to undergo surgery to repair this issue, fix his foot for the long term. Expected to be a multi-month recovery, something that probably, Tom, takes him off the field through the balance of the spring, right up until training camp. He's going to make a full recovery, but that's how big of a deal his toe injury, which he will play through, is for the Chiefs.
Ian, Bucs tight end Rob Gronkowski set to become a free agent next month, but if he continues to play, it's a good bet Gronk will be doing it here in Tampa. I am told the Bucs want Gronk back. Tom Brady definitely wants Gronk back, and Gronk recently told our Willie McGinnis he could see himself being in Tampa in 2021. Still, expect Gronk to take a little time to mull his future after the Super Bowl here. No contract talks yet either.